Well, today I will just hold it.
Let's
All
hold
right.
it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We
It's
are back at the
Friday
Barrett
Live,
abode.
and it's 2022.
I can't believe it. This year, I already feel like this year is going to go super fast because I already feel like the first couple weeks have flown by.
It's only been a week.
Oh, well, there we go.
So it's only been a week. So it's January 7th and it's a snow day. So rather than like braving the streets, we just decided to do it in the neighborhood. So here we are, ready to go and make it rock and roll. But that said, we've already put a property on the market and gone under contract during the Christmas break. Actually, before the Christmas break, we launched right as we're going into New Year's and ratified the first contract of the year. Multiple
Over
offers.
on Jill Spring in Springfield, cute little condo.
So that's all done now.
I have a closing on the 11th, and I'm prepping three properties to go on the market this month.
Yeah.
And then two to go on either February or March.
Yeah, and our first time home buyers settling on the 14th, and then we've got one in Belmont coming, another one in this neighborhood, right here in Fairfax and Brentwood Farm coming, and that
come be our neighbor.
Come be our neighbor. That's mid-February or so, and then there's a couple more happening as well. We're gonna have a log cabin in Percival.
Oh, this is not the first time. Well,
it's the
helped.
Same one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you helped someone purchase a log cabin because I remember sitting in on that chimney inspection.
Oh, I did, which has been completely rebuilt.
Wonderful.
So there's that. So there. But no, and then I had two phone calls, fun enough. And this is, so for those of you that don't know, Redwood has 16 offices and about 610 agents throughout the greater DC area. I mean, I'm talking Frederick, Maryland, out down to Fredericksburg, out to Winchester, Gaithersburg. They're all over.
We're all over the place.
Right, and where we don't go all over the place, the beautiful thing is I had one phone call from a client that's now looking up in Frederick, Maryland, and I said, no problem, get this is so cool. Call up Stacy Allwine. Hey, Stacy. And I was like, hey, I've got a client coming up there, etc. This is the house they're interested in, and sent him the house. She says, oh, Michael went on that listing appointment. It was friends of his, blah, 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 blah.
So they know it intimately.
They know it intimately, and they're going to be able to do something. So we thought that was pretty exciting. And then the other thing, like 10 minutes later, I get a former BNI member, Connie, and she calls me, and she says, oh, I've got a friend who's got an employee that's coming back from Germany, or do you do Montclair, Dumfries, etc.? And I said, well, while I do it, Kristen Burns is amazing down there, and I'd like to give you her name. So within like 10 minutes, I was able to go cover Frederick to Dumfries.
Right. And I just had a past client of mine get in touch with me. I was speaking with him the other day and able to help him with a commercial property, because while we don't do commercial, we have agents in our office that do. So I was able to get him in touch with Scott and Manavi Bozer. Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
To help him out for his commercial needs.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really, really fantastic. So we got a jam-packed morning for you here, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Lynn's got a couple things she wants to start with.
I do. So first of all, everybody, I'm big into planners. I am very, very specific, and I will do so much research to find out what planner I want to use, because I am old school in the fact that I write everything down. And true to form, one of my friends got in touch with me the other night, and she's like, all right, it's 2022, what's the new planner? What research, what should I be doing? So I wanted to
it's a new spot.
do a little plug. So I am I actually work off a couple different planners every day. Actually, I have three planners that I work off of. But this one I wanted to really spotlight is it's cloth and paper. It is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see. So it's a beautiful leather weave. And inside it has all these things that you can customize as to what you want your planner to look like. And I absolutely love this. It's beautiful quality. But I wanted to spotlight it because this is a local Richmond, she's out of Richmond, woman-owned business, and they do beautiful stuff. So I really wanted to kind of spotlight that. So that's Cloth and Paper out of Richmond, and you can just go on their site to order all the stuff. But what I actually do is not only do I order stuff specific I want, but I also do their monthly subscription box, which is fantastic, and you get all kinds of fun things. So there's my little plug.
You're a little organizer nerd.
Yes.
I'm a more simplistic one. I just do a weekly and there it is, and day by day checklist. So that keeps it so easy. We all have different.
I have one for work. I have one for personal stuff, and then this one I actually dump everything in very quickly because I bring this with me everywhere I go, so I always know what I'm doing.
There it is.
So yeah. So
all right. So what's happening this week?
So did you watch the movie on Netflix? Don't Look Up.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not as far off as you think it is. There is actually a planetary defense coordination office. That's a real thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you know the Foo Fighters? I'm listening to Dave Grohl's book right now, which is excellent. The Foo Fighters is actually named after what they used to call that was the nickname for the folks that used to come and get the UFOs, and that's why he did it, because he wanted to be anonymous. Yes.
Oh,
so carry on. So space defense.
So yeah,
also
so
the Foo
planetary coordination defense office is it's a real thing, so while that is very true to form of what is shown in the movie, they do want to put out, and they have put out a thing saying that's where it stops. We do not have an asteroid coming to the Earth. So, but they are watching out for us on a daily basis.
Well, that's
in
good.
case that does happen.
Just in case we are going to all die.
Just in case we, case we are. So some other news that I have is some new restaurants. So over Village at Shirlington, they have been going through, and actually, I want to say, I think they actually renamed it. I think it's just called the Village now. They are really trying to ramp up stuff. Lots of great restaurants were over there, but things have closed down because not only of COVID, but then just kind of
general
that's
attrition.
cyclical. Exactly.
Right.
But they did just open. I believe it's pronounced Chico. It's Chiko, and it's a Chinese Korean fare restaurant. So that just opened. This is the first location in Virginia. They do have one in DC already. So that one's really exciting. And even more exciting is coming this summer, they have just announced that they, in the place of the Capital Ale Brewing that was over there.
Closed? Okay.
Yeah, that closed.
Okay.
Closed a while ago.
I don't have to go there. There's one in Fairfax City.
So closed a while ago. But in that spot this summer is going to be the Astro Beer Hall.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
So that's going to be coming as well. So that'll be really nice to check out.
Beer.
Speaking of beer,
where's that tin tacker?
We have
someone
sitting behind the scenes
we're
today.
Not going to let
he's not
go on
come
scene because he hasn't done his hair yet. But
Bunny
Man Brewing has new products coming to market. So for those of you that collect tin tackers, we're very excited to present these. And when he comes back, we'll grab them.
Yes, here he comes.
Oh, here it is. Hold on, we're going off screen. So these are super cool. These are the tin tackers, metal signs. They are the Bunny Man Brewing general logo, a little bit of color in this guy here, and then they also have the Pink Nightmare and Asylum Break tin tackers coming out as well. In fact, our computer is currently popped up on them. So if you want to do these, you can hop on down to the Bunny Man Brewery in Fairfax. So I'm sorry, shameless
plugs today.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. So I know you are a fan of Taco Bomba.
Well, because of you.
Yes, we had the story. We talked about that. So they first quarter of 2022, they are opening one out in the Alexandria Landmark area.
Oh, that's good.
And coming later this year, probably this summer, they're going to be opening one in Herndon.
Beautiful.
So they are expanding.
Just as rocking and rolling.
It is, and I am going to be taking a look at the development in Herndon for our March development update, because next month in February I'm going to be taking a look at
I'm really
Falls
loving
Church.
that Herndon's kind of coming into its age.
It
coming
is.
of age right now.
It is. It's been decades long in the process of what they've had planned. There were some hoops they had to jump through to get it moving, but they jumped through those hoops last December. And so we're going to take a look to see kind of where that lies.
That'll be great.
Yep. This one's kind of interesting. So a lot of millennials, have you heard that, plant culture is huge right now. Everybody loves their plants. But, people are actually taking
like strollers and
to the point, where they're like,
insane.
yes, plants are living, breathing things.
Right. They don't need to go for walks.
Right. They do not.
Sorry.
Just about as funny as when you see a cat in a stroller.
There's that.
But so that is this like big thing that's happening, and yes, there's lots of mental, health reasons to have plants in your home for the air you breathe, stuff like that.
Right.
But the reason I bring this up is there is a store called Rewild that has just opened as a plant shop over in Ballston Quarter.
Okay.
Beautiful stuff that they have there. But the nice thing is, if that's something that you are either first attuned to and very into, you can do that. Or if it's something that just by bringing in, a lot of people are doing like the wellness stuff to bring, maybe that's one of the goals you have is to bring more plants into your house. They have opened and they're doing different workshops.
Okay.
Throughout the year. So
Cool.
that's something to look into. And it's also just really pretty.
It is. I do love greenery, but I kill them all.
I'm told I'm not allowed to touch anything green in our house.
Me neither.
So
That's a bad state of affairs.
So yeah, but maybe I should go to a class and maybe I'll be able to keep stuff alive then.
I'd like to think so, but my mother took all those genes and did not give me one.
Right.
It's a bad state.
Yeah. All right, and then the last thing that I have are some closings.
Okay.
So not super surprising, some of the big box places are starting to shut down, but it was just announced that the Bed Bath & Beyond in Tysons is closing.
Okay.
And even more upsetting, just because this is where every start to the school year we would always go to get the backpack or the lunchbox. LLB's last day is January 17th, so
Yeah.
that's closing in Tysons. And they have not announced what's going in either spot right now. And then something that closed actually in September was the Disney store.
Did it really?
It did.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Well, good to know.
Yeah,
And
so
sayonara, and we evolve.
Yes, so that's the news that I have.
All right, so let's get to going on this. As far as this past week on Focus on Nova, there's a bunch of things. Maura just did it again and knocked it out of the park. Go to focusonnova.com, hot and fresh news, and the things to do in January. Comprehensive list for
Yes,
everything to
very
be done in January. She just kills it with everything that you can do. Click on it, you can check it out. You can also scroll through our business Facebook feeds or Instagram feeds to find it as well.
Yep.
But I mean, I personally do reference this for things to do each weekend if I'm just kind of like hard up and needed to do something, and it's there, and it's comprehensive, addresses, links to everything, ticket links, the whole nine.
Yep.
This was a fun little condo that we had.
Yes, what you get for over in Centerville. So we looked at the $265,000 price range. This specifically was a 2-level condo, so 2-bedroom, 1 full, 1 half bath. Beautiful open floor plan you can see through. This is over by I don't know the name of that shopping center, but it's off Macon.
Centerville Square. It's Centerville Square by the Centerville Library.
Yep, it's off Macon Road. So good, very great for commuting right on 29, right at the 66 interchange, and 28. So it's a really good entry level price point.
Exactly. The 265, you get the 2 bedrooms and 1 half baths, which is great. Winter guide. So I worked on this. So I sat down and I thought, I personally am not a winter person. Everyone keeps asking me to go skiing, and I'm like, no. They're like, well, it'll be fun. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. It's cold.
It's cold,
sweaty, and I hurt myself.
But what I am really good at is finding fun stuff to do. So that's what I did for this one. So we went ahead, put together. It is not by all means comprehensive, but it's as comprehensive as I could get. So we took a look at the ski resorts that are less than 2 hours away that you can go book different stuff on. Took a look at different restaurants, breweries, and stuff that have the igloos to where you can rent the igloo and stay inside while still being outside. Also took a look at restaurants that have just that really nice ambiance of having the fireplace so you can go and feel really cozy. Also took a look at different spa resorts that are close by. So if you want to go pamper yourself.
Right.
And then also for a day like today, which is good, took a look from our knowledge of being Northern Virginia natives, what are some of those really great sledding hills that you can hit up?
Oh my gosh.
So they're listed out over there.
29 right by the Stone House is like, I drove past it the other day to go out to a listing, and sure enough, it is just absolute mayhem with kids and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty phenomenal.
It's so funny because my oldest, he's 17, he's a senior, and on Monday when it snowed, the night before, he was like, we're going sledding tomorrow. And I was like, really? And then he was really upset with me when I said to him, I was like, well, are you going to sled with me? We don't have a sled. He's like, you got rid of our sleds? And I was like, seriously?
You're a bad mom. I had sleds from when I was a kid in the garage.
Well, we don't have sleds. I told him to try a yoga mat.
There you go. There you go. Be resourceful. All right, so speaking of resorts, let's go out to Middleburg. We did a nice hometown visit, drive through and list out and talk about several of the different shops, boutiques, restaurants, etc. We just went up and down the main drag on King Street, and you can check that out. It's a very quick video. It's only like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, but it's pretty comprehensive as far as who's there and what there is to do. So.
And you've listed out in the post the different stores and what they have.
Yeah, so on the bottom of the YouTube video, all of the stores are there and listed out. And if you actually go to Hot and Fresh News and click on that, I did include the links to the various places, stores, resorts, etc. So check it out.
And
it's very fun.
Yeah, and Middleburg was a big stomping grounds for the Kennedys.
Was it really?
It was. Here's a quick little tip. I don't know if she's still there. I think she might have sold the store, but the owner of the fun shop, her first name's Betsy, and I cannot remember her last name, was the owner, or was the former mayor. She was friends with Jackie Kennedy and would go horseback riding with her.
That's fun.
And another interesting thing, the Christmas sleigh, the store, the German store,
which is my favorite.
Part owner is Linda Tripp.
Really?
At least she used
tell me that.
She used to be. I don't know if she's still is.
I love that place. We will go there to, because as you know, we don't mess around when it comes to Oktoberfest. So when we needed to supplement Eric's lederhosen, we actually did go out there to get the correct hat. And
they have beautiful stuff.
Yeah, their dirndls and everything is beautiful. It's not just horse country.
Correct.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful German things. And Eric, behave yourself with the fun comment. All right, next week coming up on Focus on Nova.
Yes, I took a look.
Vienna.
Yes, so I took a look at Vienna. So Vienna is, I mean,
it's starting over.
It is completely turning over. We've already had over the past decades, you know, everyone's used to the houses, the residential part, people purchasing the older homes, tearing them down, rebuilding. Well, now that's happening with the commercial. You can see
Wolf Trap
as you
closed,
drive through.
The Tequila Grande's closed. All of that's being raised. The NB homes are going in. They have a Wawa there.
So much. I know. A massive Chick-fil-A and
a 2-story parking garage Chick-fil-A
and car wash, which I'm still shocked they allowed that. But so I went ahead and took a look at what is not only has been approved, what is currently under construction, but also what people are also proposing to go in there.
Yeah, so check it out. That's important because it is an area that is super desirable, and it's important that you understand what's going on.
Yep.
Going forward, this was a cute little condo as well.
This is right over in the Legato area, so in Fair Chase neighborhood, right by the government center, Fair Lakes area. This is actually, so it is a 3-level townhome condo. So has 1-car garage. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful homes.
They are.
Lots of stairs though.
Lots of stairs, lots of sunlight. So this was an end unit. So it does have the windows on the side. But so this one went for $515,000. So broke down, you know, in the Fairfax area what you can get at that price, but then also took a look at what those numbers are in case you're looking at that price point anywhere. The numbers are still going to break down to be about the same. And with all of these, we are still taking the average of just doing about a 3% mortgage interest rate on a 30-year fixed rate.
Yes, when you're looking back historically at these, what you get for is start kind of adding a little bit to the interest rate just because it is popping up to about the 3.25, 3.5 mark at this point.
Right.
So we'll start seeing that adjustment as we start filming these, what you get for us. I think what's important about these guys is that this style is where they have the high density living, and you're going to start to see that where there's infill properties or where you have a mixed use commercial type scenario, regardless of where you're looking. This happens to be in Fairfax, Fair Lakes area, but you're seeing these styles go in everywhere, whether it's Ashburn, Belmont, Brambleton, a lot of the infill stuff that's there because you can cram a bunch of people into one space. What's nice about it is that there's zero maintenance and it's really, really turnkey because there's no yard to deal with. It is a condominium. Your roof is covered. You have a balcony that is handled by the HOA or the condo association generally. So if you're looking for that turnkey living with a dedicated parking space, usually within walking distance or a few blocks of major shopping. Major shopping. In this case, it's Fairfax Corner.
Right.
Goose Creek has them over in Ashburn. Got to find
they're
everywhere. But they are a nice solution for high density, no maintenance, great starter homes with a lot of modern amenities and space.
Right. Yeah. And the one thing that I would add to that is, there is a big difference of doing fee simple, which is just like HOA, or a condo. The pricing for those fees are different. So a lot of people I've come across assume, oh, if it's a townhome, it's not a condo. I'm like, no, that's not necessarily the case. So, that's something, if you do feel one way or another towards that, that's something to really pay attention to.
It is. It is. All right, and then we have our top 3 takeaway, and you did this one.
You did this one.
I did this one. Lynn uploaded it. I talked about it. So what this one is we continued for 2022, and that we should talk about that too.
Yeah.
But we have mixed it up a little bit as far as our content this year.
I'm really
so
excited
Thursdays,
about our content this year.
Wait for the cautionary tales. They're coming. But that said, renovate or sell as is. This is coming next week as well. Really important, especially this time of year as you're prepping to go on the market. When you're looking at selling a listing, you need to make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. And what I mean by that is that if it's going to cost you $15,000 to do things to the property to get it up and going, but there's only a $20,000 margin between the condition it's in and the condition that you're trying to get it to, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
But we've had plenty of clients that have put down significant money, but then they've recouped that and sometimes tripled what they've invested into it. So that is part of what we do, and you need to do it now because we need to make sure that the contractors are going to be able to deliver on time to still hit the market when you're ready to do it.
Yes.
So renovate, sell as is, quick, minute and a half video on this. Also located on the website and our YouTube channel.
Right. And I also want to add, not only are the contractors, you have to get in line with them, but we're still seeing some delay in products. So whether that be windows or appliances, flooring, carpet, paint, we had a blip,
paint shortage. Windows right now, I think, are the hard one. I know Cesar was saying that he was having some trouble with windows in a house that he was renovating right now.
Yes, we have a listing that's coming on the market, and we're having to go on the market with a note on the windows saying the new windows are coming in February and we ordered them in November.
Yeah, it's taken a bit. So just let us know in advance so we can work with you and figure out the best approach.
Yep.
Okay. Things to do this week.
Things
Back to
do
Lynn.
this weekend, yes. So Lost Boy Cider is hosting a macaroons and cider party on Sunday.
Yum.
It's from 11 to 12:30, and it's $45 a person.
Okay.
So if you're into cider and macaroons,
Are macaroons the little sandwichy guys?
that are usually really colorful.
Yeah. What are the coconut ball ones? What are those called? Do you know any idea? Nope. Okay, carry on. I like a macaroon. I don't enjoy the coconut lumpy ones. Those are
I don't know
all
what those are.
fibery and gross. But yeah, that sounds delicious. I do love a cider.
Yeah.
Ingrid would like that. She likes cider.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
So there's that. Also coming up this month, it's actually going to be starting, I think it's January 21st, but I wanted to let people know, is Alexandria Restaurant Week. So if you want to start planning for that, there's going to be a lot of different restaurant weeks coming up, but I know that one is going to be the first one to hit. Also coming up on January 15th out at Mosaic is the Polar Plunge. Have you ever done the Polar Plunge?
Where do they plunge?
They are setting up pools to plunge in.
Oof.
So I did the Polar Plunge.
Did you really?
I did. Are you surprised?
Yes, I
Well, actually,
just
because
got
of being
finished
cold.
saying
Right. So I did it. I was in college, and we went down to Virginia Beach, and we did the Polar Plunge. It was my friend Jenna, Becca, and I.
Okay.
And things I have learned from doing the Polar Plunge is, first of all, it was actually warmer
in the water
than it was standing outside.
Yep.
But so the thought process is, you get there, you're like, okay, let me just be up front, run in, so I can run back out. If you're up front,
you're getting out last.
You're getting out last because everyone else is blocking you coming in. But which also though isn't that bad because it's actually warmer in the water than it is outside. So
figure out your strategy.
Exactly. But it was fun. You feel like you're doing something, and did it once, never doing it again. And then lastly, Assembly over in Arlington, restaurant/bar over in Arlington.
Yep.
They are celebrating Dry January with a whole new list of mocktails that you can try.
Fun.
So they're really kind of focusing on that. So that's something. If I know a lot of people I actually know a lot of people who've just completely given up alcohol.
Yeah.
Not because there were issues, but just because they realize what's the point. So that's something really nice to see. And if you go online and take a look, they have some cucumber elderberry mocktail it sounds amazing. And then lastly, because of COVID, I know that Smithsonian has, put in different requirements, has shut down some of their museums. But on Sunday for free, they are doing a live stream of a tour of the American History Museum. So you can jump on from 11 to 12:30 on Sunday.
After Sunday morning,
and there
continue my old person thing and keep going.
Right, and or you can go over to Lost Boys Cider, have some macaroons, and watch the tour.
Too.
But it's nice because if you think about it,
Oh,
or you can head over to Bunnyman Brewing and stream it from there.
We have audience participation today, everyone.
If you think about it, though, I mean, you would probably get so much more out of that online live stream than if you were to go by yourself.
Yeah, because you have a docent taking you through it.
Exactly.
Which would be great.
Yeah. So that's what I got for this week.
So, I mean, looking at this screen when we're sitting, you guys don't really see the height difference. And I made her take her shoes off because she came in and she was towering over me, but I really am tiny compared to you.
And I'm not that tall.
No,
I'm 5'6".
Here, I'll just do this. Hey, anyway, give us a call. We need a boomerang.
We can get a trampoline.
Yeah. Anyhow, we will see you all next week. In the meantime, market is shaping up to be super robust. So give us a call. We're ready to help out in 2022, poised to make it happen. We now have 5 active agents because Maura is on the scene, and we are ready to take it on. And look out for our social media. You're going to see big surprises in the next few weeks.
Yep.
That's it.
All right.
Peace out.
Have a good one. Stay warm.
Whoop, whoop.